New tonight, renewing secure rural schools payments. What a bill headed to the president's desk means for schools, roads, and emergency services. Also new tonight, a Shasta County supervisor reveals a troubling health diagnosis, what it means for his role as a public servant. And new developments, a new swim advisory has finally been lifted. What you need to know about diving into Big Chico Creek.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
We have some breaking news out of North Chico, a fire at an apartment complex there. Action News Now reporter Emilio Del Carpio joins us live. Emilio, what can you tell us about what's going on?
Yeah, so I spoke with Battalion Chief of Chico Fire, Wes Matroka, who tells me the fire started at 4:33 today on a couch in a upstairs unit. There was a quick response from the fire department that extinguished the flame. However, there was one person who suffered minor to moderate injuries. That person has already been taken to the hospital. It being a newer apartment complex, the sprinkler system went off immediately, leaving water damage to surrounding units. The only unit that got fire damage was the one where the victim was living in. And that would roughly be all of the information I have. Like I said, it started at 4:33. It lasted about 10 minutes up until the fire department extinguished it. One victim transported to the hospital. Everybody else, there's no other injuries except water damage to the surrounding units. Live in Chico, Emilio Del Carpio, Action News Now.
All right, thanks, Emilio. Glad they got that taken care of. And we'll bring you any new information that we do learn as he stays there on scene on our website. Well, the city of Chico's mapping out options for the future of downtown. And right now, the third of 6 community workshops just finished up. If you walk, bike, or drive in Chico, you do have one more chance tomorrow to learn firsthand about changes being considered for the downtown area. And the plans vary in terms of layout. Some feature 2 bike lanes on Main Street going north and south, or 1 bike lane on Main and 1 on Broadway going opposite directions. The number of lanes for vehicles could be reduced from 3 to 2 on Main and Broadway. And there are also plans for outside dining and flex parking zones.
I think anyone that walks around downtown, you see heaved sidewalks, dilapidated infrastructure. It's not very inviting and safe. It still will be for vehicles and parking cars so people can come to downtown. But then it's also going to be improved so that once you do park and you walk around downtown, it's an improved experience so that you want to come back to downtown.
Ottoboni says that drivers are not being overlooked with this plan, as additional parking stalls are in the works and truck loading hours will be adjusted to avoid peak traffic times. Another public workshop will continue tomorrow again, 10 to 6 p.m. at 166 East 2nd Street. Well, the Secure Rural Schools and Self-Determination Act just passed in the House, 399 to 5. Now it heads to the president's desk for his signature. The bill will reauthorize the program through fiscal year 2026 and provide lapsed payments for 24 and 25. Funding lapsed back in 2023, which led to school districts across 41 states seeing a 63% cut in funding. Congressman Doug LaMalfa recently urged reauthorization, calling the $177 million loss devastating for rural communities, leading to school closures, delayed road and bridge maintenance, and reduced public safety services. And he also said the payments ensure sheriff, fire, and emergency services stay in place when federal timber revenues fall short. New tonight, Shasta County District 1 Supervisor Kevin Cry announced he was diagnosed with a tumor. Take a listen.
If you're a male in your 40s, there's a test that you probably need to get done at 45, maybe 50. I'm 49. I went and got that test yesterday. It revealed I have a tumor. I won't know until tomorrow or Thursday if it's going to require radiation and chemo, but it does absolutely have to come out in the next few weeks.
I spoke with Cry after he made this announcement, and he told me that he feels great, that his spirits are high, and he does not plan to make any changes at all when it comes to representing District 1. He said he made the announcement publicly today because, well, he's in the public eye and didn't want someone else to share something about the diagnosis that wasn't true. He encourages everyone to get that colonoscopy or whatever screenings that your doctor recommends when they recommend it. Now this is a look over 1 mile in Chico this afternoon. Gray skies. It's been chilly outside, and as you can see, nobody's swimming in Big Chico Creek, even without an advisory in place anymore there, Sade, because, hey, it was in the highs in the 40s?
Yes, we were in the 40s in Chico today. Not a good day to be out there in the water, maybe in the next couple days or next couple weeks, but at least not today. Currently right now we are in the 40s and 50s across the valley. We have about 49 degrees in Chico, 55 degrees in Redding. As we move more towards the foothills, we are looking in the 40s to 50s as well. And same thing with our mountains. So definitely a chilly day for today. And then as we go more into our evening, we're going to see more of that fog and haziness. Now, wind speeds have been pretty low and light all day. They're going to remain like that throughout the night into the early morning hours. So definitely not an issue there. They've been calm pretty much all day, like I've mentioned. And this is a look at the past 36 hours showing that fog and cloudiness. Back to you, Haley.
All right, thanks, Sade. Police are on the hunt for two people they say shot at deputies this morning during a chase. Stephen Robles and Leanne Vareo are the suspects. This chase happened around 6:15 this morning, and it prompted a shelter in place nearby. Officials say the two ran off in the area of McLeod and are considered armed and dangerous. They were last seen in dark-colored clothing, and if you see either of them, you're asked not to approach them, but do call 911. New developments: a judge denied a mental health diversion for a man accused in a hate crime shooting near Igo. Timothy Thompson is accused of pulling up to a home on Small Farms Drive and firing several shots while yelling racial slurs at the Spanish-speaking people living there. Deputies went to Thompson's nearby home and called in the SWAT team after learning he had multiple guns. Thompson's jury trial is scheduled to begin January 21st. Butte County Public Health lifted the no-swim advisory for Big Chico Creek. Action News Now reporter Jerry O'Lennon shows us where the E. coli issue stands now.
The water flowing through Sycamore Pool along Big Chico Creek is now testing negative for the dangerous strain of E. coli O157, the same strain that sickened several people over the summer, including children.
And it was found in several locations in the creek, a lot of popular swimming spots.
Since then, Butte County Public Health has been resampling the creek and sending tests to the state. This week, finally, good news.
And those results came back as negative for E. coli O157.
But a less severe strain of E. coli is still present.
Usually in a natural waterway, there will typically always be some level of E. coli. And these are strains of E. coli that are less dangerous, maybe cause less severe symptoms.
With the polar bear plunge coming up, health officials say the water is safer, but still urge caution.
Going into the polar bear plunge, we feel pretty confident that there's no detection of E. coli O157, but we still urge people to be cautious when they're swimming and recreating in the water.
That means not drinking the water and washing hands before eating. One mother told me she's still waiting.
I think I'll give it some time. Let other people test it out before we do.
At Big Chico Creek, Jerry O'Lennon, Action News Now.
The source of contamination has not yet been identified, but Butte County Health said it will keep working with the City of Chico and the State Water Board. The City of Shasta Lake is officially backing out of a long-promised veterans housing project, one that's been in development for 8 years. Action News Now reporter Jesse Angelo joins us there live, where city leaders say the cost of the project rose just too high.
That's correct, Haley. The original plan was to build a 30-unit supportive complex specifically for veterans. The project was originally approved back in 2017. The city even put a $100,000 pre-development loan, put that up to get the project moving. But tonight, city leaders say it's over, and they point to one big reason: costs. Costs that blew past any realistic budget after the pandemic.
What should have been a $10 to $12 million project now became a $15 million project. And it just, over the last 5 years, it's just the final funding that needed to happen just isn't there.
The proposed Veterans Village promised affordable housing and on-site support services for local veterans, something advocates say is badly needed in Shasta County. And now with the project officially dead, the land will go back to the possession of the city, and they plan on issuing some requests for proposals for the property in the coming months. Live in the city of Shasta Lake, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now.
Thanks, Jesse. Lugo says the city's open to proposals of all kinds, including a new veterans housing plan, if a developer can make the numbers work this time. Shasta County supervisors took action today on several items. The board approved a request from the Good News Rescue Mission to use more than $2 million of opioid settlement funding for a proposed substance abuse treatment facility. You're looking at renderings of what it could look like. There they are. It will have 75 beds and be designed to serve the homeless. The board also discussed the application for the proposed True North Behavioral Health Campus. In October, the board approved a letter opposing the project, but now that the county behavioral health director changed her mind and is backing the project, supervisors today directed county staff to draft up a letter to send to the state about continuing conversations about a possible facility as long as specific conditions are met. The county also elected Chris Kellstrom to be the new chair, with Corky Harmon selected to take over as vice chair. Their terms begin in January. The Tehama County Board of Supervisors approved a resolution to oppose the presence of wolves in the county. It says historic deer populations have been on the decline, leaving a lack of native prey for wolves. They say it's caused the wolves to prey on livestock, which is one of the county's top 3 agricultural commodities. New at 6, Butte County Public Health is warning you to avoid eating wild mushrooms. This is after a recent outbreak of serious illness in the state. Officials say both kids and adults have gotten sick from foraged mushrooms. Toxic varieties like the death cap can look and taste like safe ones, but they are not safe. Cooking and freezing does not remove the danger. If you believe someone you know has eaten a wild mushroom and may be sick, call Poison Control. Would you like to add a pet to your family this Christmas? The Chico Animal Shelter is offering free adoptions for some animals. We'll show you which ones. But first, could your backyard soon host more chickens and rabbits? Find out what Paradise Town Council has to say.